So I thought about not making this video, but I think since a lot of people are asking the reasons as to why I quit, and someone actually asked me to make a wrap-up video about why I quit, I'm gonna go ahead and make this video. So, Nikke, why I quit this game. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys should know why I quit the game if you actually play the game. But for those that are unaware, I'll go ahead and make this video for you guys to let you guys know as to why I quit this game. So going back to when the game first came out, I was really excited to play this game because it was going to be a very popular game. Like, advertisements good, cosplays, events, fan art, it was there. All of that was there at the beginning of the game. So I thought, alright, this is probably going to be the next massive game. And it still is pretty massive, right? That's going to come out. So I was going to give it a shot. I was going to dedicate a portion of my channel to Nikke and try to do like a Azure Lane and Nikke video concept on my channel to grow off that. But now things have changed because I can't play this game anymore because it's not something I personally enjoy. So back then it was great. Well, I was expecting it to be great, but things have changed since then. So yeah. Anyways, though, the point of this video is we're talking about the reason why I quit this game and the reason why I don't like playing this game anymore. There's a lot of reasons why. So let's get right into it. Okay, let's talk about basically every single thing since the start that I don't like about this game. The first thing I don't like about this game are the rates. 4% is pretty standard to high-ish for most gachas nowadays. I know a lot of games that have like a 2% or lower gacha rate is like pretty standard, but they have a pity system. In Nikke, 4% is pretty high, but there's no pity. So you can sit there and drop like 100 pulls and get literally nothing because you got unlucky. And that is the case. You probably did. Some of you guys probably out there dropped like 100 pulls and got nothing. Because I know some people in my Discord did that and they got nothing from it. So yeah, I don't like that. The moment I saw that the game didn't have pity, I should have stopped myself from playing the game. I really should have. Not having a hard pity is going to be really bad because it's going to make you feel as if all those currencies that you farmed, spent, was for nothing, or you get nothing out of it. So that's bad. I don't like a game without pity system because RNG is going to kill a lot of people in the game. It will. Like, you're going to spend more money. You're going to, like, if you're massively invested, you probably just quit the game straight up. Well, that doesn't really do much to you. You just lost the game. But yeah, that does that. So pity system, it has to be there. It does have a pity system for 200 pulls. But here's the thing. 200 pulls takes a long time. Now, if you don't include the actual gem income in the game, it probably takes you like 4 or 5 months to get 200 pulls. Yeah. And considering you need multiple duplicates in the game, which I'll talk about later on, that sucks. That really sucks. So, no, that's not great at all. Hate that. That's one of the reasons why I hate the game. The first one's progression. Or the next one's progression. Now, progression is... It was pretty standard for the most part. Like, up until you get to, like, chapter 12 or 13 in the game, it was pretty standard. You toss materials onto your Nikkes to get levels. You try to stay within the combat power, like, limit to not get massively debuffed, which I hate, by the way. You try to stay within the vicinity, and then you just push maps. You don't have to play just push maps because you just overwhelm the enemies with combat power and you should be okay. There are some maps where you can push with a massive deficit. I know I've done that many times. That's why I was like super far ahead of the curve back the first 2 weeks of the game because I pushed difficult maps. You can do that, but for the most part though, you just stay within the CPU range and you should be good. Now, they have nerfed the game multiple times. I think the first nerf was when I was in chapter, I think, 14, and they made it much easier, and I just blasted right to like 15 or 16, and I chilled there for about 2 or 3 weeks. And then they nerfed it again. So then I got all the way up to like 18, and I stopped there before I quit the game. Yeah, it has been nerfed many, many times, and honestly, the CP deficit thing it's bad. I'm currently playing another idle game right now called Eversouls. There's none of that right now. I can be down 200k CP and still clear. Yeah, my squad right now in Eversouls like 240k. I can do content with 400k CP requirement or recommendations. Not a problem to me at all because there's no deficits in those games. There's not. So everyone's always working at 100%. And that's how it should be. Not when there's like, oh, you work at like 20% less power because you're below this CP requirement. No, that's dumb. I don't like that. Coming from a guy that likes progression and damage and all these numbers and stuff, I don't like being handicapped like that. It sucks. So no, I don't like that. So progression wise, the CP requirement is too much. It is. And then when we get to end game, you farm special intercept. I can clear 3 out of 5 of them. Gravedigger, Modernia, and Chatterbox. I can clear all those special intercepts. Blacksmith, I was until they nerfed noise or fixed noise, so I can't do it anymore. And then train's a train, a pain in the butt. But I can clear 3 out of 5 of them. So to me, progression wasn't an issue. The reason why it's not an issue is because you can't do that at 160, but you're restricted on characters. Like you have to run specific characters to score high points. So if you guys can't pass like more skill levels or stuff like that, it is a character check. Special intercept is a character check. You need to have specific characters, and if you have no gem income, which goes back to what I was talking about earlier, you can't really pull for anything. So that sucks. So that's another reason. Even if you can progress and clear 1628 to get special intercept, you're gated most of the time. Like Modernia, you can probably run whatever you want. Chatterbox, you kind of need Lapless. It helps out a lot. You don't need her, but it helps out a lot. Blacksmith, you pretty much need like Rapunzel or some kind of like infinite reset characters because that's going to suck. Gravedigger, you pretty much have to run shotguns to clear or you're not clearing at all. And in train, you have to like abuse iframes, which also sucks, or noise. So that's another thing as well too. It's really, really character gated. If you guys don't have these characters, and it's a DPS check by the way, you're not cleared. And you can't get those really, really good gear without that kind of stuff. So that sucks. That's progression right there. Ranking. Oh boy, this is the one right here. This is one of the probably 2 or 3 reasons as to why I quit the game, ranking. So if you guys don't know, in this game there are leaderboards for when you clear milestones in the arc. Manufacture progression, manufacture tower progression, hard mode progression, tower progression. All these things contribute to your ranking in the game. And if you guys don't know, like Azure Lane, you get a border after you hit a certain amount of milestones in the game. So here's what sucks. So if you guys don't already know, I think the top 10 people get a bronze border. They get a bronze border to their profile when someone hits an achievement. The top 5 gets a silver, and the top 1 gets a gold. Now, why does this suck? Because if you start it very, very early and you start it in a server with whales, you're pretty much locked out of the gold border for the rest of your days. Because only one person can get the gold border. And here's the thing. To get tier 1 gold, you need 10 gold achievements, 10 first place placements. To get gold tier 2, you need 15 top 1 placements. And tier 3 gold, you need 20 first place or placements. Here's the thing. Achievements are limited. Once those achievements are done, you cannot go back to do them ever again. So why does this suck? If you're in a competitive leaderboard, either one person gets gold or no one gets gold. Everyone is stuck with silver. Meanwhile, Timothy here, who started like 2023, has a dead server. No one competes with him. He takes all the first places. He gets a gold tier 3 border for free. So that sucks. So knowing that some guy out there that started late gets a free gold 3 border and gets all first place placements because he started late versus you who started day 1, got stuck in the leaderboard with whales and can't get gold, yeah, that kind of sucks. Like right now in my Discord, excuse me, I know someone who spent multiple thousands of dollars on the game and he's still stuck with silver border. Silver 5 or silver 3, I mean. That's the highest border he has. He spent the most money in the Discord and in my guild, and he's stuck with a silver 3. Everyone else, including me, have gold. I have gold 2. Multiple people that are free to play in my guild have gold 3. So, what does that tell you? Oh, borders don't really matter. You say that, but a lot of people really do care about borders in this game, especially active players. Because if they don't, why are people waking up at like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, right when reset happens? They rush tower pushes because they want those first place placements. That's why. The border matters to them. And if you're in a leaderboard with like 30 people, only one of you guys are going to get gold. Maybe 2. The leaderboard I'm in right now, 2 people has gold. I have gold 2, the other guy has gold 3. So that sucks. It really, really sucks. Knowing that if hey, this guy, hey man, he's got a better placement than you. He's gonna get gold 3 and you don't. Now think of it this way. This guy that spent thousands in my Discord, he is 130, 140k CP. And he's silver 3. Meanwhile, we have people at 80, 90k combat power in my old guild that have gold 3. How does that make sense? The guy that spent thousands is more than 50% stronger than these other people in my Discord, but he's stuck with a silver 3. How does that make sense? Don't tell me that borders don't matter, because even though they're aesthetics, they still matter, because these are how people are going to look at other people. Oh, you have a gold 3? You must be pretty competitive. You must have a good squad. You must be pretty strong. Stuff like that. Knowing that ladder is never going to reset, you're never going to get gold. Never. And there's some people that really matters to them. You're not going to sit there and tell me that, oh, border profiles don't matter. They do matter. They do. And being in a competitive ladder with a lot of whales and you get stuck with silver sucks. It really does suck. Like, I honestly do believe if you know what you're playing, or if you know what you're doing, or you spent a lot of money, everyone deserves to get gold. Gold 3 at least. Not the guy who gets a dead server, barely plays, and has gold 3. That makes no sense. That's terrible. That's a terrible way to make ranking for your game. And don't get me started with like PvP as well too. Some people can get a really dead special server from a special arena and get a free 3,000 gems every 2 weeks. Just because he got lucky. Meanwhile, we have other whale servers out there and you have like 20 competitive people and the whales are getting 900 gems every 2 weeks. How does that make sense? Like, just because this guy got lucky, he gets a dead PvP server, he gets a free 3,000 gems every 2 weeks. Versus the other people out there that are trying really hard, very active, 900 gems every 2 weeks. Now, before you say that doesn't matter, 3 polls versus 10 polls for a game this stingy. Yeah, that sucks. 7 polls difference every 2 weeks. That's 14 polls a month. 4,200 gems. I'm pretty sure you get more gems from those polls difference than your actual monthly income in this game without spending money. You get 100 gems a day, maybe like 50 more from like commissions, and then 300 gems on top of that every single week. That's it. So don't tell me it doesn't matter. It does matter. Those gem differences are insane. And because this guy got lucky in a dead server, he gets a free 3,000 gems. Versus you who is in a sweaty server, gets 900 gems every 2 weeks. It makes no sense at all. The next thing here, the 160 wall. This is the fun part. Right. I was here for a month now. I got here late December. I quit the game, still at 160. I spent all my gems, all my tickets. I got 3 out of 5 limit break. I can't finish it up. I can break the 160 wall if I kept playing a little longer. But who cares? This game feels miserable. So I stopped playing. The 160 wall is very, very poorly designed. And now before people tell me that other idle games has this, I'm aware. I play Eversouls. In NIKKE, it feels really, really bad. Why? Because there's an actual competitive leaderboard on top of it. Now, here's the thing. In Eversouls, there's a leaderboard as well, too. But when the leaderboard gets achieved, everyone gets a free 100 gems, and they just get a name on their wall, and that's it. There's no profile border. There's no badge for them they have exclusively. None of that. It just says this person achieved this milestone, and everyone in the server gets 100 gems. That's a pretty cool design. In NIKKE, what you get here is absolutely nothing. Nothing. So here's the thing. When you have a 160 wall, you can still push special intercept. A lot of people say this, and that's fine. I was doing that. But here's the thing. I cleared floor 100 on every single manufactured tower except Pilgrim, and on the basic floors as well too. I am currently at 85k CP. Maps right now, or at least tower floors, are 95k, 100k right now. I can't push anymore. All my tier 9 gears are +3, +4. If I push all that to +5, I could probably get out 5,000 more CP, and that's it. And now I have to break the 160 wall, which I can't. But here's the thing. I spent all my pulls on ordinary banner. Ordinary banner. I can't pull for limited characters because of this crappy game design that wants me to pull on ordinary banner. Don't tell me that this is fair play. It's not fair play. What kind of game restricts players, especially free-to-play players, from pulling on their limited banner? Oh, you want to progress in the game? You got to pull on the ordinary banner. You can't pull limited. What kind of game does that? Every gacha game I've played, any player can pull on the limited banner. They can. If they have the pulls, they can. In this game, if you're not at 160 yet, this game doesn't want you to pull on limited banner. You have to pull on the ordinary banner. Now, if you're very, very, very casual, you can just wait it out. That's fine. But here's the thing. Not everyone's going to sit there and wait months to be at the 160 wall. It's going to get really, really stale. Not even kidding you. It's going to get really, really stale. If you want to be that kind of player, fine by me. But I'm pretty sure a lot of people watching this video are going to want to keep pushing their progression, and they want to get over the 160 wall. To get over the 160 wall, you need 5 limit break SSRs, which is 4 copies of that specific character. 20 copies total. 4 copies of each character. That sucks. So when you get to like chapter 18, you're stuck at like 18. You got all tier 3 gear. Now what? Oh, just log in every single day, push and keep getting overloaded gear, whatever. Here's the thing. Overloaded gear is for specific characters only. So if you got, let's say you got a Pilgrim overloaded gear for Scarlet, right? Okay. You can push Tower now, right? How are you going to push Elysian Tower? How are you going to push Tetra Tower? How are you going to push Missilus Tower? The CP's going to creep up on you eventually, dude. You're not going to push those towers anymore. Like, by the time I quit the game, I was on floor 102. It was already getting difficult. It was. Some characters really suck, especially like in Elysian or something. Like, they have terrible characters to push towers with. Yeah, that kind of sucks. So, you got to overcome that 160 wall. And to overcome that 160 wall, you got to pull a lot. You got to open up a lot of molds and get lucky, by the way, which I'll talk about later. But molds are definitely a way to get more duplicates. It's RNG. So, you have to pull ordinary banner. And with the amount of income you guys get in this game, pulling on ordinary banner, you're pretty much going to have like 100 pulls for limited banner. That's it. And it's going to be those tickets you get from events. And that's it. That's terrible game design. Terrible. Even Eversouls, I can pull limited banner and not get left out because I'm still pulling for duplicates for those other characters, and the pity system isn't as harsh. It's not. Like, if I'm stuck somewhere, just borrow a friend. Simple. It's not like NIKKE where, okay, I'm stuck at 160. Well, time to log in and do nothing all day. Do simulation, do dailies, log off. Wow. Absolutely insane. Do special intercept if you can as well, too. There you go. Do that for months upon months and see literally no progression aside from affection levels, maybe another plus to your gear, and get some skill levels. That's it. And that's not even like an actual thing. Now here's the thing as well too. You guys say that's part of idle games, right? You get maybe 100 CP a day. Let's say you're stuck at 90k. You guys want to know what the peak of this game is? Like 300, 400k CP. You get 100 CP a day. That's 1k CP every 10 days. In 1 year, that's 365 days. You get about 36k CP in a year. 36k CP a year, when there's a 300, 400k CP cap in this game, that's 10 years. You think you're going to sit here and play this game for 10 years? Yeah, exactly. So, the 160 wall sucks. Sucks a lot. And that's one reason why I quit this game, because I don't want to be here for any longer. Now, I can get out of it, but I dropped all my pulls to get out of it. I don't have any limited pulls left over. I have no gem sources anymore. I can't farm gems anymore. Now I'm sitting here getting 100 to 150 gems a day. And then I have all these, and like 300 a week. And 900 every 2 weeks because I'm stuck in a competitive special arena. Great. Sounds amazing, doesn't it? Pity doesn't share. So once again, if you guys pull unlimited, it has its own special currency. It doesn't share the same pity as ordinary. So you're going to sit here and have like 300 on ordinary, 300 on special. Doesn't share the same pity. Why does this matter? Because pity is needed to get duplicates. And you need duplicates to get over the 160 wall. Yeah. There you go. Doesn't share pity. So now you have to decide. You want to pull ordinary to get out of 160 cap, or pull limited to get waifus or whatever, and probably be stuck at 160. Now you can get lucky, but not everyone's lucky. I wasn't lucky until I spent everything. Yeah, that sucks. The game is also super buggy. Scarlet still has double reload, triple reload sometimes. Like there's still iframing in this game from just spamming guard or shield. That's also another thing. Noise was buggy for like a month, so that was annoying to deal with in PvP. Gravedigger has some stuff going on as well too, with like boss fights, or like that's one of the boss fights that's like super buggy. I cleared it though, but it's still super buggy. Like if they fix something, something else breaks. Like I think Union rates right now has broken stuff. I remember when co-op came out, that was also like broken as well too. Cause like queues break, game drops out, disconnects all over the place. Yeah, all of that. I think that covers like most of it. There's still other stuff as well too. All right, they offered was it Liberation, like the PR research of the game. That does nothing. By the time you actually max out enough of those to break your 160 wall, you probably broke the 160 wall because it's gonna take months anyways. So Liberation literally does nothing because it's months of like passive farming, and by the time you finish it, you don't need it anymore. Maybe waifus only, but you don't need it anymore. Like their purpose is to help you get over the 160 wall, but by the time you're done with it, you're already done with the 160 wall. That makes no sense. So I think that covers. There's more to it to why I hate this game. Like there's more to it. Combat's like frustrating. Super RNGs randomly die because you're pushing low deficits most of the time. They can be really casual about it, but there is like a lot of that stuff going on. Events are like whatever. You just farm and get like 10 pulls, 20 pulls, and then peace out. Like when you're stuck at a wall, guys, like there's no reason for you to farm mats anymore. Like you log on for simulation, then what? Log in for events to get more core. Like, oh my god, time to farm more cores or farm more. I don't know, whatever is that, USBs. You're not motivated anymore because you're stuck at like 160 wall progression. Like it doesn't matter anymore, or 200 progression, right? Like what's the point? Like a lot of this stuff, like I'm aware, idle game is different. There's a lot of things as to why idle games are not like other gacha games and should be taken seriously. I'm aware of that. But even though I never played an idle game before Nikke, this doesn't feel like an actual good idle game. Because look, 2 months later, I started Ever Souls. It feels pretty damn good. Like this is nothing. Like this is how I feel an actual idle game should be. Nikke, no, dude. This does not feel like an idle game. It feels like money laundering. You play the game, give me your money. Flash sales, gem resets, buying more like stuff just to like push a little bit further in character progression. This game feels like a cash grab. Like this is the ultimate cash grab game, and I played a lot of it. Like I played Grand Blue Fantasy, which is turning into it was like for the past 2 or 3 years, cash grabby game. I played Tower of Fantasy, also cash grabby game. There's a lot of these cash grab games, but Nikke in particular, a lot of this game says, "Give me money right now." And even then, like this game has like the worst pricing I've seen. It was like 10 pull is like a $40, maybe like $33 at lowest for a 10 pull. That's expensive, dude. Expensive. So that's basically rundown as to why I quit Nikke. Okay, my kicker was I failed my molds. I failed my pilgrim mold. Molds in this game are 51 to 61%. They add the 1% memes or whatever. Failing molds sucks because you spend all that time farming resources to fail a 50-50 or a 60-40, and then you get nothing out of it. And failing pilgrim mold, if you guys have failed it before, sucks. It really, really does suck. So that's my last straw breaker right there. I quit because of pilgrim mold failing. I failed because of 160 wall. I'm stuck because I want to get my last 4 first place achievements to get my gold 3 border, which I struggled with, by the way. I busted my ass off getting this gold border, by the way. And like I said earlier, only 1 or 2 players in your server is allowed to have gold. So I'm 4 away. If I want to get gold 3, I have to clear manufacture 125 on Elysian Tetra and Missilus, and either a chapter 4 hard mode clear or a tower 125 clear. And to clear those things, I need to break the 160 wall. 160 wall, I dumped all my pulls. I can clear the 160 wall right now if I really wanted to, but I uninstalled the game. But I have no pulls. I have no pulls for anything limited for probably another 3 or 4 months. And by then, I'm pretty sure more pilgrims are going to drop out. So yeah, that sucks. Me personally, I'm aware that this game is very pay to win, and I shouldn't try for these kind of things. But you're not going to sit there and tell me that active players that really want to play this game aren't allowed to have some of the nicer things in this game. Gold borders, better gem income. You're not going to sit there and tell me that they don't deserve that. And before you say like, oh, that's how the game's designed, Kimo. All right, buy then. And just like a lot of other people buy because no one wants to play a game like that. They don't. The people playing this game right now are very, very casual, Stockholm Syndrome, massive whales, or if you're in Asia servers because it's still popular, they just play the game. Simple as that. So those are my reasons as to why I quit Nikke. I uninstalled the game as of yesterday. I took floor 100 manufacturers. I took my pilgrim mold, failed it. I said enough is enough. Tossed all 80 pulls I had left over. Got one SSR in those 80 pulls. Luckily, it was a duplicate. But is it lucky anymore because I quit the game? Yeah. So that's it. As of right now, I'm only playing Azure Lane and Eversouls. Azure Lane is always going to be there. It's a game I feel very, very happy playing, and I feel no remorse whatsoever. Eversouls, I did have a floozy a bit. I saved up a lot of pulls for Talia banner. I dumped on 300 on it. I got 2 Talias. Very disappointed in that, but it is what it is. Overall, though, much, much more generous compared to Nikke. And before you tell me that Eversouls has bigger walls than Nikke does, I can just borrow a friend. I feel no remorse. There's no competitive ladder. I'm not cucked out of a profile border because the whales want to push or whatever. And I didn't get a shitty PvP bracket. None of that. So that covers most of the reason as to why I don't like Nikke anymore, why I think this game sucks, why this game is terrible for a lot of new players. If you guys are watching this for the first time, never played Nikke before, here's my feedback. Another thing as well too, I was given a promotional sponsorship for doing a Nikke video last month, and I'll tell you guys right now, I turned that down. I'm not going to post the email, but if you guys have seen it in my Discord, I have posted before. They asked me to make a promotional video for them in January, and I ignore them. I don't want to shill a game that I truly, truly don't enjoy. And Nikke is a game I can confidently say I just don't enjoy anymore. No pity system, rough walls, adding a competitive ladder in an idle game makes no sense at all. And low income pulls, buggy stuff. There's a lot of reasons why. So, enough of me rambling, guys. Thank you guys for watching, as always. Any comments, remarks, questions, concerns, or whatever you have for me, go ahead and comment in the video, and I'll read them, maybe respond to them. But yeah, that's it. I don't enjoy this game anymore. Uninstalled it. Kind of feel remorse because now I'm going to miss my actual gold 3 border because the rank 2 guy now is going to pass me. That's going to be fun. But I said enough. I'd rather cherish my sanity. I don't want to commit to playing this game anymore that I truly, truly dislike for the sake of pushing a tier 3 gold border. And I failed my pilgrim mold as well too. It shouldn't be this way. Thank you guys for watching, as always. See you guys next video.